This is The Extra Point, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast, sponsored by your Phoenix Suns.
Well, it's a new day at Arizona State with a new athletic director. Graham Rossini named to the position early on Thursday morning. He's an Arizona State alum who has worked in sports in the Valley for 20 years, starting with the Arizona Diamondbacks and transitioning to the business side of Sun Devil Athletics. Now, the hire has been met with some questions from alumni after Ray Anderson left the job 6 months ago, and many fans feel like left a mess. Fans are also frustrated at what took so long to hire his replacement. They wanted a big splash with a big name to lead Arizona State Athletics in some very uncertain times. The headline of Thursday was school president Dr. Michael Crow saying they considered many candidates, but Rossini was the only interview. And football coach Kenny Dillingham added that Rossini was a guy who actually solves problems and doesn't just create them. The entire timeline of this hire is available on the Speak of the Devils podcast, also on the Arizona's Family platforms with our friend Brad Denny. But this podcast is getting to know the new Sun Devil athletic director, Graham Rossini, as he takes over and joins us here on Arizona's Family. Well, here at Mountain America Stadium, and a Sun Devil will now lead the Arizona State Athletic Department. Pleased to be joined by Graham Rossini here on Arizona's Family. You've seen him for years talking maybe down at the ballpark with the Diamondbacks, been working over here at Arizona State. And what's it mean for you? This is where you went to school, and now you'll lead the athletic department.
I can't wait. You know, I'm a Sun Devil first and foremost, and so now to have an opportunity to lead our athletics department and represent all Sun Devil fans in this incredible community, I'm fired up and I can't wait to get to work.
Was this a position that you had been working towards in your time with the Diamondbacks and your time working here at ASU?
Not necessarily. I've always looked professionally. I want something that I've been impacted by and something that's purposeful in how I spend my work. And those two things have been lucky to come together in my time at the D-backs and my time back at ASU. And so it was less about being an athletic director. It was more about representing something that I deeply care about. Baseball is a big part of my background. I was lucky to have 13 incredible years on the leadership team with Derek. I'm so thankful for that time. And then to come back to ASU, where everything good in my adult life, professionally, personally, et cetera, started the moment I came to ASU. And so can't wait to represent that and get to work.
It's unprecedented times in college sports, a challenging time. When I asked you in the news conference about those challenges, you said you don't see any challenges here. So the optimism, and you've heard the term the sleeping giant here for years. How do you wake up this giant in the current state of college sports?
Yeah, we're going to wake up the giant, and we're focused on relationships first and foremost. This is an incredible community. We're lucky to be in the 5th largest metropolitan area in the country. We have emerging economies all around us. We have hundreds of thousands of Sun Devils that surround us, and we want to tap in and build relationships. And it starts with the fans first mentality. We want to obsess over those who obsess over us, and we'll build that at scale. And we need the entire strength of this community behind what we're doing, what comes next.
And what's your message to the alumni about this position? This is your first time holding the position. How you plan to work going forward, and I guess having this position for the first time here?
I nerd out on the history of ASU athletics. You know, Mike Kelly, a great member of our Sun Devil baseball family, Jake Plummer, legendary quarterback here, are two specific examples of why I wanted to come to ASU in the first place. And so I can't wait for us to do more celebrating the spirit, pride, and tradition that's unique to ASU. We've got incredible success stories, Olympic outcomes, national championships, All-Americans, et cetera. We want to bring those stories back to light. We want those alums and letter winners to have a connection with our current student athletes so they can understand the foundation that's been laid, the impact that this university has had on their respective lives and careers, and that this next generation can lean into the full support of ASU.
And the class action lawsuit is about to be settled, and then NIL is the name of the game right now. What does that process look like for ASU to become a contender there and a big-time player?
We're ready for NIL. We've been spending a lot of time on it, certainly over the last 6 months. The Sun Angel Collective has been an incredible partner. Encourage anybody to join the Sun Angel Collective as a member. Whatever you can give, please give. It's an important part of our student-athletes' journey. We're also lucky, again, in this market. We've got great corporations all around us. Mountain America Credit Union, Desert Financial Credit Union, Sprouts, Adidas, Santan Ford, a few examples that really come to mind of companies and leaders who have stepped up to invest in student-athletes and understand that there's a great exposure opportunity for a business or a product or service to have a high-profile college athlete promote their product or service. It's a wonderful opportunity that didn't exist before, and so we want to lean entirely into that.
All right, and finally, if I had told you when you were a student here you'd be the athletic director one day, you would tell me what?
When would that happen, and how do I get ready? So, hard to imagine here we are, but I'm just so proud to be a Sun Devil and can't wait to play my role in what comes next.
Well, you've spent a lot of time getting ready here in the Valley, and thanks for joining us for some time here on Arizona's Family. Yep. The Extra Point Podcast is a production of 3TV, CBS 5, and AZFamily.com in Phoenix, Arizona.